Hello, welcome to the Eclectic Reader. Listen to great books and stories while you use your eyes and hands for other things. Now here's your host, Madison Mason.
Hi, Madison Mason again. Welcome back to Chapter 39 of The Gray Quarry Boys. The Gray Quarry Boys, Chapter 39, Benny Morse. Benny Morse pulled clean blue coveralls over clean white underpants and a clean t-shirt that smelled dry or fresh, just like his mom. He pulled the brass buttons through the wire loops on the ends of the suspenders and sat on his bed, heart jumpy with nervous anticipation of what was to take place in his life. Benny was a good kid, a clean kid, who never ran afoul of the existing laws of home, school, and his small-town society, where everybody had textbook knowledge of the doings of everyone else. Benny was the pride of his mom, who guarded over the limited racks of books in the school library, like a mother goose over little white goslings, and made sure every child had a rudimentary knowledge of the Dewey Decimal System and card catalog. Marcia Morse was a soft, kindly woman, whose loving velvet voice and thick glasses gave a feeling of maternal security to uncertain kids in the sacred sanctum of literature. Benny's father, the Reverend Morse, was the Lutheran minister of Gray Quarry. There were 4 churches for the 600 souls in town: Presbyterian, Methodist, Lutheran, and Baptist, pretty much in that order in edifice, condescension, and sanctimony. A contained and studious man, Reverend Morse bore deep in his soul the vestigial remnants of the burning German anger that propelled Martin Luther to immortality, a fire identified with other prominent members of that heritage, Beethoven and Hitler among them. It was fear of that anger unleashed that was responsible for the overriding streak of goodness in his son. Reverend Morse was a badass little man of God. Benny, by nature, wasn't any better than any other kid in town. On the contrary, he hid an even deeper fascination with the dark side by dint of constant paternal harangues regarding sin and the dreadful temptations therein. His old man became possessed when the fit of righteousness took him, a genetic gift passed down from his own father. Zeal infused and grasped him like a drug, and would leave him at the finish glazed of eye and foaming at the corners of his mouth, and poor Benny's rear end worse for the wear. This same manic fervor had left charred remains of witches among smoldering coals in the town squares of earlier centuries, and it was fear of this rage that forced the increase in Benny's heart rate this morning. And the more he feared, the more impelled he became toward the fate that awaited. And it was his idea, the 10 o'clock assignation with the other guys. The more he thought about it, the more excited he became. In the bathroom, he splashed water on his black hair, rubbed butchwax into his palms, and scumbled it into his scalp, forcing the chopped hair to stand up straight like a field of burnt grass. Assured by the mirror that he looked good enough for a Saturday morning, he brushed his teeth quickly and jumped downstairs. "Good morning, dear. Sleep well?" his sunny mother crooned as he burst into the bacon-fried atmosphere of her sunny kitchen. "Sunny side up?" "Morning, Mom." He sat at the table and scratched on the gleaming pink formica surface with his fingernails. "Where's Dad at?" No dangling prepositions in my kitchen, if you please. Where is Dad, period. Not where is Dad at. Your father's gone to the rectory early, you know, Saturday morning, sermon day." The image of the head of their small family, alone in the deserted pulpit of the gray granite Lutheran cathedral 4 blocks away, came clearly into both their minds. They saw the stern face and burning eyes framed in the jet-black thicket of hair he had passed through strict and unrelenting genes to his son at the chrome and plastic kitchen table. They heard the strident, unforgiving tenor voice rehearse another soul-cleansing speech with which he would thrash the faithful on Sabbath morn. It was a relief to his son to be alone in the kitchen with his mother this morning. Benny didn't know why she had ever married his father. He couldn't figure what anyone could see in him. In his conflicted heart, Benny hated him. His mother leaned down to give her beloved son a quick buss and came up with butchwax on her cheek. She smiled on her boy, savored the moment deep in her heart, then walked to the toaster, a waxy film on her glasses. Benny was her pride and joy, and could do no wrong as far as she was concerned. Her heart swelled every time one of her contemporaries at the Gray Quarry Elementary School said, as they did from time to time, "Oh, Benny's such a good boy, Marcia. You must be so proud of him." She would protest, but agree, and take modest credit for contributing something good to the world. But Benny was a PK, a preacher's kid. Children of repression, whatever their upbringing, yearn toward the forbidden, instinctively seek another level, like mercury under heat will walk up the highest wall. Containment and release of explosive energy is the scientific phenomenon that gave birth to the modern world. In humans, it takes the form of sexual energy. And Benny was human, thinking thoughts that would be considered anything but good in his Lutheran household, as two large yellow eyeballs plopped into his view and stared back with a crinkly crown of bacon hair and a wrinkled bacon smile. His mother's sweet voice warbled about a well-balanced, nutritious breakfast, but Benny was thinking of a place far away, a secret place known only to the inner few of proven friends. Benny was thinking about Spring Hollow and the guys.
We hope you have enjoyed this episode of The Eclectic Reader. Please go on to the next numbered episode to continue. Also, check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. If you'd like to help support the project, you can donate under Madison Mason at Patreon. And please, check out our website, kltkrdr.com, for more information.
Hi, this is Madison Mason. I want to personally thank you for listening to The Eclectic Reader and invite you to share your experience, your thoughts, and your suggestions. We have many great books lined up for the future, but if you have requests for anything that is in the public domain, please email us at kltkrdr@gmail.com.
kltkrdr@gmail.com